students one idea. Who would have thought that two innovative and creative students from MIT were going to start a revolution? They created one of the earliest digital computer games called Space War in 1961. And so it began, the world's love affair with gaming. Fast forward several years later to 2010, the gaming industry reported revenues of an astounding $10.4 billion. Someone who plays video games is at times referred to as a gamer. The average age of most gamers is 34 years old. The average age of the most frequent game purchaser is 39 years old. The average number of years that most gamers have been playing is 12 years, the time it takes someone to advance from first grade to their 12th year in high school and graduate. That's pretty amazing. What's even more amazing is that 67% of US households play video games, and the average gamer spends 8 hours a week playing. How can we harness that love for gaming? Well, you might have heard of a trend called gamification. The word gamification was first coined by Nick Pelling in 2003. Gamification is simply using game-based mechanics, aesthetics, and game thinking to engage people, motivate action, promote learning, and solve problems. Oftentimes, gamification can make those pesky tasks a lot of fun. The oldest example of gamification is air frequent flyer programs. Now, in 2015, gamification is engaging people in industries such as education, business, healthcare, and many more. Let's take a look. We'll start with education. We'll begin by looking at a web-based audience response system. Many professors are using this application in order to engage their students, encourage classroom participation, as well as attendance. Let's take a look at ResponseWare. You'll get to hear exactly what the students think of it.
Turning Technologies, a leader in the audience response industry, recently announced ResponseWare Web, a web-based student response polling system that allows participants to submit responses to interactive polling questions via internet-connected devices, including Apple iPhone and BlackBerry smartphones, other cell phones and mobile devices, laptops, or a standard desktop computer. Currently, ResponseWare Web is certified on the AT&T wireless network. Recently, Turning Technologies showcased ResponseWare Web at Youngstown State University.
Almost every student now has a cell phone, so they'll probably get the entire class involved and they'd understand the material a lot better.
My cell phone is probably a huge part of my life. I use it for everything.
A lot of times I'll use my cell phone in class like for my calculator and for other stuff, so I think the transition would be really easy.
If a lot more classes had that, I'd feel more comfortable. It'd give me a chance to participate.
I think it would make me pay attention more because it's interactive, so you can't just not listen. I think it would be more fun. You get to play with something, press the buttons. I think I would like it.
It would only make sense because we use our cell phones for everything, so we should use them in the classroom also.
I like this idea of student polling. I think it makes the classroom environment a little easier to use with updating the technology a bit.
We use the response system for everything. We use it for the tests and quizzes or just to make sure everyone's paying attention.
They're actually immediate results, which is pretty neat. We didn't have to wait, it was instantaneous. All we do is go right to the web browser and you enter a username and password provided and you get right connected. It's pretty quick.
It really attracted my attention to get involved and really pay attention more in class.
See, it's easy.
So as you can see, it's very engaging. Now let's move on to Class Dojo. Class Dojo is a classroom management tool that a lot of elementary teachers are implementing in their classroom. Let's take a look.
Hey, welcome to Class Dojo. Class Dojo is a tool that makes your classroom more fun, and it helps you become a better student too. Your teacher will set up Class Dojo and make a list of actions to try to do this year, like participating, helping others, and staying on task. When your teacher notices that you're doing these actions, you'll receive dojo points. And at the end of the day, you can find out how you've done. You can see what you're doing well and also learn where you need improvement. The best part is this: you get your very own avatar. We'll give you one to start with, but you can make your own avatar once your teacher gives you your secret code. Log in at home using your secret code and you'll be able to make your own avatar. See how you did in class and see all your friends too. We hope you love using Class Dojo, like millions of students all around the world do. Now, your teacher will tell you more about how you're going to use Class Dojo in your classroom. Have fun!
I don't know about you, but when I was in elementary school, this would have really gotten my attention. Class Dojo also provides print or email reports for behavior tracking analytics to help engage parents and and school administrators. All the teacher has to do is access her mobile device, laptop, or tablet. There's no data entry required. This saves a ton of time for teachers, which frees them up to devote more time to the student and delivering instruction. Let's move on to Ribbon Hero 2. Remember me mentioning how gamification can sometimes help those pesky tasks seem a lot more fun? Well, I don't know about you, but it's not a lot of fun to learn how to use Word or Excel or PowerPoint. Here's a software that can actually help you in a gamified way learn these programs.
Hi, my name's Doug, and I'm going to tell you about Ribbon Hero 2, How to Play the Game. This is the sequel to the original Ribbon Hero, and I know what you're thinking, sequels are terrible. But unlike the producers over in Hollywood, the producers at Office Labs, well, they listened to their customers, and the customers said, make it even more like a game. So this great training tool to learn Office, it's even more fun, and it's got a hook. Well, it's not really a hook, it's a paperclip. In fact, it's your favorite paperclip. That's right, Clippy is back, and Ribbon Hero 2 has him. So go to the free download and download it and start playing the game. Or if you want to see a quick preview of how to play, what it looks like, well, here's your ticket. Keep your stubby now, and some popcorn, and look at a preview of Ribbon Hero 2 Clippy's second. Okay, enough of that guy. Let's play the game. So I've downloaded Ribbon Hero 2, and the icon appears on the right side of my ribbon here, and I click on that, and the game opens. Now, we're in ancient Egypt. Clippy's traveling through time. So simply mouse over these icons, and you can see different challenges that appear that you can do. They're for PowerPoint, Word, Excel, OneNote. Just simply click on the icon and the challenge you want to do, and it will open. But first I'm going to show you some other things. Here's some of the points I've already scored. I've been playing for a while. And you score points for simply doing your everyday work in the Office programs. And here's Clippy. Previously, we were in the Middle Ages. So the green circles with the check marks, those are challenges I've already done. So let's just head back into ancient Egypt and dive into a new challenge here. This is 250 points, so let's go. So I click on this, Word will open with the challenge. Let me resize the screen here, and here it is. So you can get the full instructions at the top, or if you played Ribbon Hero before, just go to the right-hand side and read those instructions. So this says, use a ribbon command to make this document's margins narrow. Now, if I have no idea where to go, I can simply ask for a hint. So I'll click the Need a Hint button, and it will tell me. I go to and select the Page Layout tab. Okay, so we'll go over there, select the page layout. Great. Now I have another hint, and it actually shows me on the ribbon of what I need to check. I need to look for this margin icon. So let's go over there, click it, narrow margins. There we go. Aha! Balloons. Okay, I've done the first part of the challenge. Let's go for the second part. Use a ribbon command to change the document orientation to landscape. Okay, well, let's just go right back to around where we were, and there's the orientation. I click that. I click landscape, and I've completed the challenge. There goes Clippy. I've helped him out, and I've scored 200 points. Now, I didn't get all the points because I used hints, so you can play again without the hints and score more points, but I'll just continue. And there I am. I've scored 200 more points. Now, if I want to just look at certain challenges from certain programs, I simply go up here to the captain's log, and here's all the challenges, and you can look at it by program: Word, PowerPoint, Excel, so you can look through which ones you want to get better at. And of course, like all good games, there's things locked that I have to score more points to unlock. So let's go back, score more points, help Clippy as he travels through time. Find more at office.com.
So that pesky task of learning those programs just got a lot more fun. Another really cool feature of Ribbon Hero is it has the ability to track the progress of the player and adjust the challenges accordingly. So not only by following the game progress, but also by monitoring the features used outside of the game. The game then adjusts the order of training content in order to ensure that the player sees only the features and tools that they haven't seen before. So it eliminates that redundancy. Also, Ribbon Hero can link to Facebook, so each player can share their scores and compare their progress with their friends on Facebook who are also playing the game. Let's look at another industry. Gamification in business. The first example that I found is the binary game that was created by Cisco. This game looks a lot like Tetris, and the reason why Cisco developed this game is it was used to teach people the basic idea of binary numbers. The player does not need to have any knowledge of binary numbers in order to play. They actually learn as they go. Let's take a look. Good old technology. It's going to take a little while.
Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. In this tutorial we'll look at the CCNA Discovery Semester 1 Chapter 5, the Network Addressing chapter. There's a really good game to play in this section that gives you the sort of introduction to binary. So I'm just going to give you a quick playthrough, show you how it works. Well worth having a play when you're learning binary, just gives you that functional skills to push up and develop some speed in calculating. So let's have a look. Okay, so this is the game. I've put the link into the description below, so you can just give it a click and have a play. What you've got is just the options Start and Instructions. I'm just going to click on Start. And essentially what you have to do is just work out whether the binary is needed or the answer is needed. So in this case we've got the answer of 34, so what we have to try and do is work out that in binary. So we've been given an option here, that's correct. The next option to add on will be 32. And add the two together equals 34. Now this version has no answer, so all we do is look at all of our ones in the binary and add them together. So in this instance we just have a 1 in the 2 blocks, so that equals 2. Same deal on this one. Remember the ones in this section mean the section's turned on, so we just add together all of the numbers below. So for this one the answer is 1. This one here wants you to total up to 36. So we look for our binary list. We've already got 32 selected. So we move across and we just need to add a 4. This one slightly different. We've got a 32 as the answer. 64 is selected. So that's a little bit too high. So we can just click on that, deselect it, and select the correct option. Same again for this one. We need 16. So 1 is obviously incorrect, as there's the 16 standing on its own. You then clear the board and you can move on. So as you can see, again, this one's looking for a 12, so we remove the 64, add an 8, 4. And again, same option. That's good. Same option again. I like this game. This one is a 16, and this one is a 31. So a 31 would be all of the numbers added together. And the last one here is just got a 1 in there, so we type in 64. Oh no, sorry, this one wants a 0, so we just take away that 1. Well, like I say, it's well worth playing this game. Gives you that introduction to binary, gets that speed up a little bit. Have a go, see what your best score is, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial. Thank you for watching. Hello and welcome to this video tutorial.
Oops, sorry about that. So as you can see, the binary game is so much more fun and engaging than sitting in a room looking at a PowerPoint slide after slide after slide. So that definitely eliminates a boring training section. Next, let's look at Innovate, which was designed by IBM. It's an interactive first-person thinker game which teaches complex business process management because the players are responsible for making decisions that are going to impact a fictitious company named After Incorporated. This game was designed originally to bridge the gap in understanding between IT teams and business leaders within IBM.
In 2007, we released the first Innovate game, Innovate a BPM Simulator, where you're a consultant being dropped into a call center environment. You're being told by your CEO that you've got overnight to figure out what's wrong with your current business process model. You've got to go interview people, find clues, find out what is a business process model and how you can make this business process model come to life and be optimized for your business. You run through a series of puzzles where you're being taught what is the anatomy of a business process model, and then in the final stage, you're actually simulating against the market. In 2009, we decided to do an experiment of sorts and open up the game to customers and business partners for the first time. We created 3 mini games online and included call center optimization, supply chain optimization, as well as traffic optimization using business process modeling and management. And in essence, what you do in the game is you're tweaking the business rules to try and meet your goals as a company. The beauty is you're also leveraging the platform to visualize the impact. How is it that my business rule changing affected change within these businesses? In 2010, we deployed our first city sim game called City One. In essence, with this game, you can see how industries can evolve using industry solutions. You're given a city with a certain set of problems. You are researching these problems, finding out how is it they're affecting your particular industry. And you're learning about the plethora of industry solutions which might tackle this particular problem. You're researching them, you decide which ones to implement, and you can view visually how is it your implementations are affecting change within that particular industry. And as your industries do better, your city comes to life.
What a great tool. As a business professional, I really think this is huge. It's a great tool for collaboration. It helps different departments understand each other. I like the way that they've gone from IT to customer service to other departments within a large corporation. But a really great interactive tool in a game format to help collaboration and working together for the greater good of the company as a whole. Last but not least, let's look and see how gamification is being used in healthcare. People are busier than ever before, and our phones have become a much needed tool with applications to help us stay organized, communicate, all different types. Why not use an app to help maintain our health? The healthcare industry has adopted the concept of gamification in order to engage patients. Gamification is being used to remind patients to take their medicine, as well as to help diagnose Alzheimer's disease. That's pretty amazing. Let's look at Mango Health and their app first.
Say hello to Mary. She loves the Mango Health app because it inspires her to improve her health. And when she's healthier, she's happier. Mango Health is a bit like a fantastic friend. Somebody who cares about you and is wicked smart. It keeps track of the medications and supplements you're taking, reminds you when to take them, and alerts you about possible safety issues. To get started, Mary simply enters her medications and supplements, like so. For each one, she can set up reminders so she'll never miss a dose. Then, she can review potentially dangerous interactions with other things she's taking, as well as food and drink. Mary earns points when she takes her medications on schedule, and over time, she can win some great stuff, like gift cards to her favorite shops or donations to her favorite charities. Free gifts just for taking good care of herself? Nice! Get inspired to be healthier and happier with the Mango Health app. Download it for free from the Apple App Store.
What a great idea. Not only is the Mango Health app helping people learn, or I guess I should say, helping people keep track of taking their medication on time, but as they take their medication on time and help their own health, they're learning how to be consistent and form good habits, but they're also earning gift cards that they can use. And an even great feature is that if they don't want the gift card, they could then use the money that they earn to go towards different charitable organizations. So I love the fact that it's got that benevolence to it as well. Next, I'd like to talk about the EVO project that's designed by Akili. I wish that I could have found some sort of video to show how this diagnostic game is actually used, but the technology is so new, there's not one out there. However, Akili has designed this assessment game called EVO. It's a multitasking cognitive trainer. Its objective is simply to help diagnose Alzheimer's. Diagnosing Alzheimer's normally requires a really expensive PET scan to find the amyloid plaque in the brain. But EVO is much more cost-effective to tell if someone might be exhibiting signs of Alzheimer's. During the game, the player tilts an iPad or an iPhone device in order to steer an alien down the river. Different distractions appear in the form of a fish or a bird, and the players need to tap the screen every time this happens. This performance data is then collected, assessed, and measured against certain predetermined standards. Also, playing the game, once somebody has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, they have patients play the game on a consistent basis, and the game can potentially improve cognition as well as the different symptoms. Very, very cool, very engaging, and the possibilities are really endless. I had no idea, as I was researching this, I had no idea how much research has been done in regards to gamification in the healthcare industry. There's been several studies done in order to measure if playing video games can actually help surgeons improve their performance. And applying different hand-eye coordination skills to practical application, a study found that surgeons who play video games more than 3 hours a week had a 37% incident of fewer errors and 27% faster completion of different surgeries than non-video gamers. That's pretty amazing. So playing video games for surgeons can actually improve their performance. And I don't know about you, but I want my surgeon to be in tip-top shape. So I might have to ask next time I go in for something if my doctor's been playing their share of video games. Finally, let's talk about gamification and purpose. You now have a good idea of what gamification is. And I bet you anything your eyes are going to be more open to the different bits and pieces of this trend in many different places. Marketsandmarkets.com reports that by 2018, the gamification industry's revenues will be at a staggering $5,502 billion. Gamification really has the potential to accomplish some amazing things, as we've seen in some of the examples. However, when designers are applying gamification, they need to clearly define the purpose and goal within their design. Otherwise, players will just be playing a game. They'll be engaged, they'll play the game, but the game or the gamification will not have a purpose or a goal that's been accomplished. The trend will not be successful if designers just apply meaningless levels and badges to a game or an app. Remember earlier in the website, you might have noticed whenever we defined innovation and creativity, it's important to be creative, but creative isn't just putting on. Remember when you were in kindergarten and the teacher gave you a bottle of glue and a bunch of stars and some glitter. Being creative doesn't mean putting a ton of stars and a ton of glitter on something. However, when you use the concept and produce something that is different than anyone has ever seen before, and then you're innovative in regards to applying that creativity, then you've created something different, much like the designers of the Space War game that we talked about previously. So keep in mind, gamification is in fact a great trend. However, it must have purpose, it must have a goal. Thanks so much for taking the time to learn a little bit more about this trend.